Welcome to Matters Arising, a political program that focuses on trending national events and issues, as well as those that are unfolding in other parts of the world. We do not take our esteemed viewers for granted, and that is why we make the program conversational by opening our telephone lines so that they can call in to participate. The number is displayed on your screen. My name is Maucauley Hunohashi, thanking you immensely for joining us on this political roller coaster ride, but I'm not alone in the studios.
My name is Elizabeth Sam-Sebi. I'm glad to welcome you to this episode.
My name is John Okoro. Welcome to the program.
Each time a Nigerian steps out of his house, something spectacular must happen. And on my way to the studios, something spectacular has happened. But what about you, before I mention what I encountered?
Okay, on my way to the studio, it was smooth ride. I was listening to the radio regularly. Most times when I'm driving, I like to listen to the radio, current affairs, to know what's going on. On today, one of the news that really pleased my heart while I was listening and driving was the one that MultiChoice was fined with 150 million.
Yeah, you're right.
Because of the subsequent and the frequent increase in tariffs, without
consulting,
without consulting the appropriate authorities and giving the subscribers a warning, time frame of notice, before just increasing. And another one that really made me happy was the fact that they said they should give Nigerians one month free subscription. So yes, I'm glad.
For GoTV and DSTV subscribers.
Exactly, for GoTV and DSTV subscribers.
Honestly, I was saddened when I encountered someone today on my way to the studio. I encountered somebody who was defrauded yesterday right there in front of a bank. He actually got a new ATM, a new card, debit card, and he wanted to use it right there, and it developed some little issues. So somebody just came from behind and said, do it this way, do it this way. So he didn't know that the person was actually a fraudster, a scammer. So the guy, within those split second, so the guy was able to pick up those vital numbers, and within some few minutes, I don't know what they did, this man lost about 60,000. And for me, it is a symptom of a very big problem that we have in this country.
Another symptom, you talked about symptom of our problem in this country, is Nigerians' penchant for disrespecting traffic rules and regulations. Each time you drive on Nigerian roads, particularly in this capital city of Abuja, authorities are not doing anything to stop Nigerians from disrespecting traffic rules and regulations. Someone will drive, there's a red light showing him it's not green. He doesn't even seem to know that, he doesn't even seem to notice that red light for him to stop. It is the most despicable spectacle we've ever seen on our roads, to say the least. Well, viewers, we value your opinions on this program, so share them with us via our phone numbers, because we are in the studios live, and the numbers are displayed on your screen. It is 080-299-38365. For the day's news roundup, we will take you over to Sifon Umo. Take a listen.
Welcome to Political Rundown. At number 1, Governor Oti of Abia State raises bounty to 30 million naira following killing of soldiers. At number 2, court imposes 150 million naira fine on MultiChoice, mandates 1 month free subscription for DSTV and GoTV customers. At number 3, the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra reject bill proposing creation of additional state in Southeast, advocating for a referendum on Nigeria. At number 4, 7 miners rescued from collapsed site in Minna, Niger State, with efforts ongoing to save others after 5 days. And finally, number 5, President Tinubu inaugurates 21 billion naira vice president's residence in Abuja. That is all on the Political Rundown. I am Sifon Umo.
Welcome back. Watchers of unfolding political events in Nigeria know with certainty that it is not yet over between the organized private sector, the Nigeria Labour Congress, the Trade Union Congress, and the federal government. But there seems to be a silver lining on the horizon. Both mainstream and social media platforms were replete with reports that Nigeria's Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, has proposed 105,000 naira as a new minimum wage template, which was said to have been presented to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Thursday. But the federal government has come out with a denial of that report, which is already trending in the media, making it sound speculative. But then, if the report turns out to be factual, I think would have arrived at a middle ground of sorts. And this will be cheering news to Nigerians. If that is true, that there is a template presented by the minister, that of 105,000 naira. Yeah. As against what Labour is asking, an amount, their proposal of 494,000, and also as against what government is proposing, that is 60,000. But we had, on my way to the studios, I heard the state governors just rose from a meeting rejecting the initial 60,000 naira that was proposed by the federal government. And I believe this is just an effort or a ploy or a decoy to preempt what the decision of government, because government is supposed to take a decision as soon as possible.
Yes, because if you look at the news you just mentioned, it just happened maybe some few hours ago. The Governors Forum, the Nigerian Governors Forum, actually rose from a meeting today in Abuja, and they announced this. They said it specifically that they cannot afford to pay 60,000 naira as the minimum wage. And they said that if they tried that, if there is any attempt by the governors to do that, it means that all the allocations that they are going to be receiving from the federal government will just go into paying salaries. And it is a cog on the wheel of progress in terms of the minimum wage discussion that is ongoing in the country today. And yesterday, just like you mentioned, the federal government negotiating team on the tripartite committee led by the Minister of Finance submitted that template to the president. And we heard that today being Friday, the federal government is expected to make an official announcement, but with the announcement of the governors that they can't pay, then there is a problem somewhere. There is a problem somewhere because the governors are key. They are key because we are talking about 36 states in the country. Now, most of Nigerian workers are domiciled in the states. So if the states say they cannot pay the minimum wage of 60,000, which is like a 100% increase from the current 30,000 naira, of which Labour has even said that we are not going to even accept the 60,000 naira that led to that strike. And governors are saying we cannot even pay the 60,000 naira. I think it's a very big problem.
My worry is that why do they have to even wait till today? For them to
I'm surprised to hear that we are still back to 60,000 because I thought we had passed that 60,000 level because NLC had earlier said no, 60,000 was not good enough. So that was even why the strike, because that 60,000 was already proposed before the strike, isn't it?
Right, yeah.
Okay. So when I heard that the strike was called off, I was put on hold, and there was nothing vital. There was no proper agreement to say, okay, this is what they have arrived at. The government has said this, and the Labour has accepted. They said that it was okay. They were still going to be meeting in another. It's on hold for a week, and they were still going to be holding meetings. I was a little bit skeptical. I was like, I was a little disappointed that how could it end like this? I was actually expecting something more positive, arriving at a concrete number to say this is how much we are going to pay and that. And governors are now back again saying that they cannot pay 60,000 naira. Yeah. And also the organized private sector are saying that they had earlier said that they could not pay anything more than 70,000 naira. Because when they said the strike was on hold, and somebody said, okay, if they said they were going to add something to 60, even 60,100 is adding something to 60. So now we're back to like the same table. Exactly. Exactly. The same negotiating table. I just hope that, just like you have said, the report that has been given to the president by the Minister of Finance, and that by maybe before the end of today, we'll hear something positive. The president will come out and let us know what the report entails and how much they have agreed to eventually or finally pay workers. Because the governors, honestly, I really don't know. I feel as if they don't have much interest of the workers at heart. Even the SAN, Femi Falana, yes, has said that no, it is wrong for the governors to come out to say that they cannot pay 60,000 naira or whatever it is that the government propose at the end of the day as minimum wage for the workers. All right, he's of the opinion that if, after all, the governors are they get allocations every month, and including that of the local governments, they don't give it to the local government, and they spend it along, you know, with whatever resources that the state is entitled to. That he suggested that if that comes, if whatever it is that the government arrives at for minimum wage, the federal, before they send to the state, they should pick up whatever it is that is due workers. Deduct it.
I just hope that the president will not listen to the
and if not, that they should sue them. That they are suable, that they should be sued, and ensure that they are able to release the minimum wage to their workers. Every worker deserves to be paid his wages.
My take is that the president and the Federal Executive Council should not listen to the governors.
Exactly.
They should take a decision that will make Nigerians and workers happy, and you know, present an executive bill that will compel every employer of labor to pay what is desirable, and failure to do so, that person should face the full wrath of the law.
Even looking at the organized private sector, you even understand if it's even from them that are even coming out to say probably they will not be able to pay a certain amount because of course, we know how high the cost of production and whatever it is running a business is, you know, in Nigeria right now. All right, even if it's from them, we are even hearing such. We tend to want to see reasons with them, want to understand with them. Not the governors coming out to say that you know, that boldly that they cannot pay 60,000 naira. That even has not been accepted. You know.
Well, we are coming to you live from KAFTAN TV studios in Abuja. Our phone lines are open so that you can call via the number displayed on your screen. On that note, we are going to take a short break, and when we return, Matters Arising will continue. When we say on KAFTAN TV, imagine a beautiful world, we're not just bragging. We know our onions in the world of broadcasting. One of our outlets to express ourselves to the world is our flagship program, Matters Arising. Join veteran broadcaster Ruben Okala and our crack team live.
And they give us a high price, and we just say, Nigeria, we ready?
As I said earlier, the lyrics is up, talking about the old new national.
On KAFTAN TV, Startimes channel 480 and 124, as well as Night Concert frequency 12518, symbol rate 29500, every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 8 p.m. live. You can join the conversation by calling this phone number 0802-993-8365. It's dramatic and insightful. Don't miss it. Please join us. Welcome back, and thanks for being there on Matters Arising. My name is Maucauley Hunohashi, and I'm not alone with my colleagues in the studios. While Nigerians wait with bated breath for the outcome of the proposed minimum wage template that was said to have been presented to the president on Thursday, the news report, which has since been refuted by the federal government. It is, however, good news for the judiciary, as the Senate on Wednesday passed a bill seeking an upward review of salaries, allowances, and other fringe benefits of judicial officers in the country. It is an upward review of 300%. This followed the adoption of the report of the Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters presented by the chairman of the committee, Senator Mohammed Mongono, a senator representing Borno North of the APC. If the bill, which was earlier passed by the House of Representatives, is assented to by Mr. President, the Chief Justice of Nigeria will get an annual salary of 64 million naira. The President of the Court of Appeal will be entitled to 62.8 million naira, while justices of the Supreme Court will earn the sum of 61.4 million naira each. All heads of the various courts, such as the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, Chief Judge of the Federal Capital Territory High Court, the President of the National Industrial Court, among others, will earn the same basic salary of 7.9 million naira every year. The Borno lawmaker told his colleagues that the stakeholders at the public hearing of the bill unanimously supported its passage. He also noted that the proposed legislation is apt and timely, as the increase in remuneration of judicial office holders is long overdue, which is in light of the present economic realities and high inflation in the country that every Nigerian is passing. But my worry as Maucauley Hunohashi is that why would there be disparities of take-home pay in Nigeria? We have the salary different for different people. And I remember there was a time we did an analysis. The salary of a fresh graduate in EFCC, I must mention this, was the same salary with the Director General of NTA. So you begin to wonder. Fresh graduate level 8 was earning the same salary with the Director General of Nigerian Television Authority in the same country. They send their children to the same public school. They go to the same hospital. They go to the same market. The question is, I don't understand it. Why the disparity in take-home pay? Judiciary personnel will begin to smile to the banks, while there are agitations for living wage by people that are collecting or receiving dying wage.
Right.
This particular topic here is very, very, very telling. Do you know why? Because it is at this same time that the governors are saying that they can't even pay 60,000 naira for who I might call the ordinary Nigerian worker.
Right.
If you look at the arms of government, what is going to happen now is that we are going to have a full circle of the three arms of government settling themselves handsomely. You have the the executive headed by the president. We know how it is with them in terms of welfare and remuneration. You also have the legislature. Even though all these years it has been impossible almost for Nigerians to really know how much these legislators are paid. However, we know, but from what we see, we know that they are being paid well, from what we see physically. So now it is the judiciary. So when this law is assented to, which definitely is like almost a done deal, that the president is going to send this into law, then which means we have gone a full circle whereby the arms of government have settled themselves handsomely, as I said earlier. Now, what about the other Nigerian worker? With what is happening in Nigeria today, with the economy, going down, and people are suffering in this country. Just even 60,000 naira, governors said they cannot pay. Now, Labour even said that we can't even take 60,000 naira. But the governors are even saying we can't even pay the 60,000 naira. So, it's a very, very, very serious time that we have found ourselves. But it takes the versatility, the wisdom of a leader to really know the right thing to do at a time like this, because you cannot neglect the ordinary Nigerian worker. They must be taken care of in the face of the biting economic crisis that Nigeria is facing today. So something has to be done. So while these people are taking care of themselves, then we must also take care of the ordinary worker, because as far as this country is concerned, every citizen is equal before the law, which is the main cardinal point of the rule of law. Every citizen is equal. So no citizen is more important than the other.
Okay, yeah, it's a good thing that at least the judiciary have been settled, just like you have rightly analyzed. And
why did you chuckle?
I don't know. What has the Nigerian worker done? Okay, so these monies that have been that is being proposed to pay the judiciary judicial officers, right? Where is it going to come out from, please? Where is this money going to come out from?
From government coffers.
Okay. If this money can be coughed out from the government, from wherever, all right? What Why is this? Why is it so difficult to cough out the one that belongs to the ordinary worker? I think we have a call.
I think we have a caller.
Yes. Oh,
we lost
our
that
network
one.
has started again today. So why is this so hard? Why is it so difficult to sort out the worker, the ordinary, the average Nigerian, to be able to at least go home smiling a little bit?
You're right.
Go home feeling they are Nigerians. Because when you see this happen and they hear this news of how their matter has been pending, all right, being debated upon, and the judiciary workers are being sorted, they will wonder, are we not Nigerians as much as these same people? Where did we go wrong? What have we done? Why is ours so different? That's that. Let's not also forget that apart from yes, today the judiciary, they are being sorted out. We have lecturers. There are issues with the government that are still pending. Let's not forget. The promises that the government have made to the lecturers, they still haven't met up. Those promises have not been met. So let's not be surprised that one day now again we'll wake up and the ASU and the lecturers will wake up again one day to say, oh, we have given government how long they gave us so timing, so ultimatum that they are going to sort us out. Until now we have not been sorted out. So they will now start thinking of striking again. Why do we have to wait until it gets to that level of going, on strike before the government will now start forming committees and running helter-skelter to be able to get things done? Why is it so hard for things to be done normally in Nigeria, so to speak? Why is it why does it seem so hard, so difficult? Why does it seem as if some are being, loved more than some? Some are benefiting more than others. Why is it so? It's a question. I think we need answers.
We need answers.
Right, we need answers.
The story or the animal farm?
Yes.
Yes.
No. So I will not go further than that.
All animals are equal.
But
some animals
are more equal than others. No, it's sad.
I think it boils down to lack of sensitivity to the plight of the Nigerian. And there seems to be a virus in higher offices that when a Nigerian gets there, he seems to be infected by the virus.
I don't know.
And that virus is that of, lack of, being sensitive to the plight of the people. You only think about yourself, because I've seen people who are emphatic, sympathetic, but when they get elected, they just make a turnaround. They just change. And they become like enemies of the people.
Right. We just also I made reference to lecturers and ASU. Also, we have doctors and health workers on their own as well.
And ASU.
Exactly.
They are all part of the minimum wage debacle. Exactly. These people you are mentioning now, the workers. Okay, there's a caller.
Hello, we have a caller. Hello. Hello? Hello? Hello, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Speak out. Hello? Hello, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
We can hear you loud and clear. Go on. Tell us your name and where you're calling from and make your contribution.
My name is Bernard from Warri.
From Warri, okay.
Welcome.
Thank you. You're welcome, Bernard. Okay, go on.
You see, what I don't understand is democracy is the government of the people, by the people, for the people.
Exactly.
And
go ahead, Bernard.
Is he still there? Oh
no, we've lost him. The network seems to be epileptic today. Okay, your thoughts?
Yeah, that's it. I was just saying that there are other arms that are there waiting apart from just the minimum wage. Like you said, they are all part of the workers that we are talking about and the minimum wage. And apart from the workers, there are some kind of structures and facilities that are meant to be kept, you know, that are meant to have been, you know, carried out in the hospitals, in the clinics, and you know, another, apart from just the minimum wage, other aspects of their remunerations are meant to be met, and allowances and all that, you know. So both for ASU, the lecturers, and the health workers and doctors.
Sorry, we have a caller. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening.
This is Matters Arising. Please, what's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Edo State, Omo Brahman.
Okay, from Edo State. What's your name?
Omo Brahman.
Omo Brahman.
You're welcome.
Omo Brahman, you're welcome. Your contribution, please.
So I see this situation when we see that, because I believe that even their wives, they're not they go market.
Okay.
Even the men, they're not they go market. They are eating free food. Everything what they do are free. Now when they pay for hospital bills, now when they pay electricity, now when they pay the charge card, everything, now when they encounter for ourselves. So the only thing when I see for this country is say, let all of us come out, please. Make we check government say we don't tire.
Okay.
That is just the solution. Make we come out, we say we don't tire. I believe soldiers when they go say make they come kill us, go kill us.
Okay, thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Thank you for making your contribution. I think this country, we are in a state of despondency, and many people are depressed because of the things that are going on.
That's where leadership. That's where leadership comes in.
Right.
And you know, when elections are just around the corner, you know, people come out, present themselves to the people with promises. Because if you look at the Constitution, the primary responsibility and aim and goal of government is to cater for the welfare of the people.
Absolutely.
And by the time you are a leader and the people are suffering.
Sorry, we have a caller.
All right.
Hello, you're welcome on Matters Arising. What's your name, please, and where are you calling from?
Good evening, sir. My name is Alex James. I'm calling from Nasarawa State.
Okay, Alex James,
welcome.
Your contributions. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Sorry, sir. I just want to know how did federal government resolve for this issue of minimum wage?
Oh, meaning you are just tuning in.
Okay, you're just tuning in. Hello?
Hello?
It's not been
Keep
resolved.
watching.
It's not been resolved, but we are expecting the outcome of the meeting later today or anytime soon.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So, thank you very much. But all what I want to say here, please, federal government should try so that they can do this implementation, because as we can see, the country now is going out of hand.
Okay.
So there is suffering. People are suffering.
Yes, there is suffering. Everybody is suffering.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes, I was talking about leadership. That when people are elected into office, it is, in fact, being elected into office is tantamount to folding the sleeves of your shirt. You understand? Removing your tie, even possible, folding the trousers and go into the mud and serve the people. That is what leadership is all about. It's not about sitting in air-conditioned offices, riding in air-conditioned vehicles, obstacles, and all the trappings of office. That is not leadership, and that is where we are getting it wrong. And I think it is important. Why I'm happy on leadership is because we have a president elected by the people, and we have governors who are also trying to renege on their responsibilities at the moment now. But if that happens, I think it will be a very big letdown, a very big letdown. So leadership of Nigeria, the president, the governors must rise to the occasion and deliver Nigeria. They have the ability. They have, in fact, they have the resources are there, the abilities there, the capabilities there.
Sorry, we have a caller. Hello?
Hello?
You're on to Matters Arising. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm taking that call before.
Okay, from Edo?
Bernard from Warri.
Bernard from Warri, sorry. You're welcome, Bernard.
Yes.
Thanks for calling
Please
back.
turn down the volume of your TV set.
Yes, turn down the volume of your television set. Thank you.
Yes, like as I was saying.
Okay, go ahead.
That's why it's
you see, I can see that democracy is being twisted.
Okay.
Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, for the people.
Right.
Which is not being done here in Nigeria. If they are following this model, you know, things would have been like this. They don't care about the people. And democracy is for the people.
Right.
You know, because of the money they are receiving, they don't even care about what the ordinary man is facing. You know? And it's not proper. It's not good. No, the government should do something about what is going on.
Okay.
Today I went to the market just for a visibility study to see what's going on in the market. Look at common pepper, and see pepper, tomato, all those basic things that the ordinary man can see, you know, and still be managing. Now we can't see them, we can't get them anymore. You see, somehow, so the government should do something about it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bernard, for calling in. He's admonishing government to do something about it, and that seems to be everybody saying it.
The last, everybody is saying the same thing.
Bernard from Nasarawa used a Nigerian parlance or lexicon that there is suffering.
Everybody is saying the same thing because
we have a caller.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
You're on to Matters Arising, please. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, I'm Bature. I'm calling from Kaduna.
Okay, Bature, you're welcome to Matters Arising.
Kaduna State, yes.
Okay, Kaduna, what's your contribution?
Yes, my contribution is to the federal government. Is an advice I want to give. Because let us look at the root cause of this very problem we are facing in the country.
Okay.
Actually, the root cause of this very problem is the removal of the subsidy. I went to the market today to buy some few things, and I discovered that most of the marketers are even waiting to hear what the federal government is going to say about this issue of increment in salary.
Okay.
So they are waiting so that they too will increase the price of the commodity in the market. So I want to believe once the minimum wage is increased to a certain level, definitely the price in the market will rise.
Yes, you're right.
And that will not solve the matter. How many of the workers do we have in the country?
Okay.
Are the workers up to half of those that are in this very country? So this is what we're supposed to consider. So I want to advise the federal government, let them not look at the minimum wage, but look at what is going to go down to the poorest person in the country.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And reduce the price of fuel.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bature. Thank you, Bature. I think he's talking about a catch-22 situation because either way, from what he analyzed, there are consequences. If you jack up the
minimum wage,
there'll be
it increase inflation.
Exactly, increase inflation. If you refuse to do it also, people will continue to grapple in penury and in poverty.
I think so by and large, beyond all the question of a minimum wage, I think the main big task before the government is to stabilize the economy. That's the biggest problem and responsibility that the government has at the time. You must stabilize the economy so that the inflation will be lowered, even possible to a single digit, inflation rate, and then any money that people have in their pockets, that money will be valuable to buy something. Today, the money is not valuable. Even if you paid workers, even any amount today, that money is not going to worth anything because of inflation and all the problems.
Okay, let's take a short break, and when we return, Matters Arising will continue with the conversation. We don't take the contribution of our viewers for granted, and that is why we admonish you to make use of the phone calls displayed on the screen to call in so that you can participate.
In a world where information is vital to every individual, a platform where technology is a medium to pass information, you can always catch up on all information written in the newspapers, even without having one. Join us on The Press.
Reaching live from the Abuja studios.
On The Punch for this morning. The Blueprint newspaper. Nigerian Tribune this morning.
As we give you information and opinions about current events and topical issues on politics, business, sports, entertainment, weather forecast, and lots more in the local city, across all states, and across all countries. Showing daily on Startimes, Channel 124, 9 a.m. West African time, only on KAFTAN TV. Stay connected with us.
That he said it is a reason why I will not do it. I pursue the federal government to pay us our damages.
YouTube, KAFTAN TV.
A very tricky one. And then the bottom line is this.
Website www.kaftan.tv.
Point is, the youth must come together. The pendulum can swing in your favor.
Instagram, KAFTAN_TV. KAFTAN TV. Imagine a beautiful world.
When we say on KAFTAN TV, imagine a beautiful world, we're not just bragging, we know our onions in the world of broadcasting. One of our outlets to express ourselves to the world is our flagship program, Matters Arising. Join veteran broadcaster Ruben Okala and our crack team live.
And they give us a high price, and we just say, Nigeria, we ready?
As I said earlier, the lyrics is up, talking about the old new national.
On KAFTAN TV, Startimes channel 480 and 124, as well as Night Concert frequency 12518, symbol rate 29500 every Monday. Welcome back, and if you are just joining us, this is Matters Arising. Thank you for joining. And we would like to remind our viewers that we don't take your contributions for granted. Kaduna State has also headlined the news with indictment of the immediate past governor of the state, Malam Nasiru El-Rufai, by the State House of Assembly. El-Rufai and his cronies are being accused of an alleged misappropriation of the sum of 423 billion naira. Wow, this sounds like a huge joke to me. 423 billion naira, but it is a fallout of the relationship between Malam El-Rufai, the erstwhile governor, and his successor, whom he personally midwifed his election, and then Obasani took over from him. And today you can see there is an all-out battle between El-Rufai and Obasani, and the Kaduna State House of Assembly has indicted the immediate past governor, and they are probing him, and they are calling for his prosecution.
Sometime in March this year, there was an outcry from Kaduna State because the government could not pay salaries across board in the state, workers. So the governor had to cry out to, he said that he inherited a debt burden of over $580 million, number one, then over 80 billion naira, and about 115 contractual liabilities. Okay. So based on this, it was difficult. And again, the state's allocation, which was about 10 billion, that the state now had, the sum of 7 billion had to be deducted from the state's allocation to service the state's debt. So because of that, salaries were very big issues in the state. So I am for accountability. Public service is about accountability. So if you have served and you are called back to account for the time for your tenure, I don't think we should be talking about political witch hunt or whatever. Come out clean and say, okay, when I had the opportunity to serve the state, my years of stewardship, these are the things I did. This is the way I use the public money, and these documents are there to prove. And once that is done, then you'll be free. Right? So it's not all about, but I have, just before I end, I just have one problem. It's not just about probe. It's about prosecution. If you go and somebody because if you use that word indictment, what it really means that the person is not liable to be prosecuted.
Yes.
So we want to see prosecution. I want to see a kind of a logical conclusion to all these things.
Yeah, prosecution. I hope soon we will get to see at least a particular governor, one of those big men, prosecuted, because it's no longer news. It's what we hear all the time when a particular administration, ends and another one begins, and the new one will always tell you, I inherited debts, inherited this, inherited that. We are used to it. And of course, this misappropriation thing, it's part of, it's like, it's an epidemic that is eating Nigeria deep, our leaders, eating them so deep. Like you had earlier said, you said that we were talking about leadership. Leadership, for goodness sake, is supposed to be service to the people. A leader is supposed to be a servant. But in Nigeria, it's like the other way around. It's like they just come, in form of leaders, and they come and take the commonwealth of the people, come and take the commonwealth of the citizens and acquire it for themselves and their generation yet unborn. And we have a penury, it's a poverty. Nigeria is multi-dimensional, dimensionally poor. Almost the poverty headquarters of the world, as wealthy, as rich and blessed as we are, that naturally, the way God has blessed us, yet we are amongst our people are amongst the poorest of the poor in the world.
Human rights activist,
it's a pity.
A human rights activist, Obasani, who is also a former senator from Kaduna State, that has been at loggerheads with Malam Nasir El-Rufai, has addressed the press where he said the indictment of Malam Nasir El-Rufai, the former governor, is a vindication of his stance against the government of Nasir El-Rufai.
Because he has always spoken up.
So the media, I believe, will maintain tabs on unfolding political developments on Kaduna, and we'll also be there.
And ironically, this Ubasani was supposed to be like a guy, a main guy to El-Rufai. Exactly, yes. And here we are today. And it's like, it's the order of the day. Look at the issue with the River State Governor Fumbara and the former governor, which the present FCT minister. And at the end of the day, the time that they are supposed to start up, commence work, they will now start using it to play blame games, throwing games at each other. This and this, that. It should end.
We are still live from KAFTAN TV studios in Abuja. Please call in to share your views via our number displayed on the screen. And on that note, we are going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll continue with the conversation. Please stay.
In a world where information is vital to every individual, a platform where technology is a medium to pass information, you can always catch up on all information written in the newspapers, even without having one. Join us on The Press.
Reaching live from the Abuja studios.
On The Punch for this morning. The Blueprint newspaper, Nigerian Tribune this morning.
As we give you information and opinions about current events and topical issues on politics, business, sports, entertainment, weather forecasts, and lots more in the local city, across all states, and across all countries. Showing daily on Startimes, Channel 124, 9 a.m. West African time, only on KAFTAN TV. Stay connected with us.
That he said it is a reason why I will not do it. I pursue the federal government to pay us our damages.
YouTube, KAFTAN TV.
A very tricky one. And then the bottom line is this.
Website www.kaftan.tv.
Point is, the youth must come together. The pendulum can swing in your favor.
Instagram, KAFTAN_TV. KAFTAN TV. Imagine a beautiful world.
Welcome back, and it still matters arising. Open grazing in Nigeria. While some Nigerians are heaving a sigh of relief, others are weaving conspiracy theories with regards to the menace of open grazing. The National Animal Husbandry and Ranches Commission Establishment Bill scaled the second reading on the floor of the Senate. After an intense debate, The bill aims to establish ranches for herders in their states of origin, replacing the current practice of open grazing as the only viable alternative for cattle breeding in Nigeria. Northern senators and the Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria, MAGBAN, have already voiced their rejection of the bill, emphasizing that the decision was driven by emotions and sentiment. Take a listen.
As stakeholders in the Nigerian project and elected representatives of the people, we cannot afford to look on while the country burns into ashes as a result of violent clashes between sedentary farmers and nomadic herders.
And now, no cattle routes. The cattle, they are all over the place. You will even see them on Abuja Street. You see them all over the place. They enter people's land, farmland and causing problems all over the country. This bill must be allowed to have its place.
Who is the current senator of FCT? She is a Yoruba native. She's a Yoruba person, but she has won election here in FCT. Nobody told her to go back to her state. I, for one, I won my election in Tarauni constituency, my first election to come to the National Assembly in 1999. From Kano Central, but I'm from Kano North. Nobody told me to go back to Kano North. So why do you now tell herders to go back to their states of origin?
Is that what the bill says?
Well, all these Fulanis are Nigerians. They don't even benefit anything from government. They don't enjoy schools. They don't enjoy hospitals. They don't enjoy any roads. All the housing programs done by government, and they don't enjoy them, nothing. So to just throw them away like that because they happen to come from maybe they are assumed to come from states that may not have even enough water, enough grazing area. And you say it can only be done from in that state. I think it's not going to work. If we want to solve this problem, which is a national issue, we should approach it with open mind. But going by this bill, it will compound our crisis in Nigeria. Some people close their eyes on what is going on or what lead herders to go against farmers. There is so many issues which we need to attend.
Let me know that we must be our brothers' keepers, and then we must look at the general intent of the bill. The intent was to stop the continuous conflagration and then see whether we can find a solution. We must also take cognizance of what Senator Baribe said, that even to put this into effect, we must find a way to own the land or to allow people to have access to land.
Well, I'm from Adamawa State, and I remember growing up, we cohabited with Fulani pastoralists, and our indigenous people are predominantly fishermen and farmers, and there was no issue. There were no problems. But with the advent of democracy, today the mantra is farmers, herders, clashes. The question is, what has been going on? What is wrong? What went wrong? And what can be created as solutions to this menace? Because I've tried to take a look at, a cursory look at it, forensically, with a view to finding solutions. I can't find any. But with this, I think there's hope in the horizon.
I think it's important for all the stakeholders involved in cattle breeding to understand that the world continues to evolve every day, and people are living smarter now with technology and everything, and therefore that we cannot continue to do things in the old way like it is today, where people take cattle, open graze and everything. And if you look at the economy of it, it's all about depletion of land. The population is growing, and more people are coming. You have you're looking for space to build more houses, to build more industries, to feed the people. You understand? And therefore, those free spaces that people, normally, use as grazing grounds.
And no more business.
That I'm saying.
And the proposal is about ranching.
That I'm saying. So those things are no more viable at a time like this. This issue of open grazing is no more viable because even the open grazing spaces are depleting, because of our growth, and because of our population explosion, and because of development.
Yes.
So the way to go now is about ranching, because this is business. And when you ranch your cattle or whatever herd you have, I can tell you that once it comes to profit maximization, you are even going to make more money.
Absolutely.
You are even going to, feed your cattle fatter.
Well,
everything. And you can. When you talk about ranching is not just about cattle breeding. It is a kind of the value chain of that particular industry. You could even have like what they call an abattoir there. You could have all sorts of things. You can even produce milk in a ranch. It's not just about this. So it is something that is multifaceted, which I believe that it shouldn't be about emotion. It shouldn't be about anything. It should just be about people understanding that with what we have seen over more than about 10 years now, the killings and the rest of them, that I think ranching is the way to go at the moment.
Yeah, ranching is actually the way to go. I was really very happy when I heard about this, and yes, I think it's the way forward. Yeah. All right, this is supposed to bring a lasting solution to these farmers' herders clashes that a lot of lives have been lost over the years, all right, in Nigeria. And like he has said, open grazing is no longer viable, all right, and it's even for the herders, all right, when they are moving, transporting in the forest, in the bush, their lives are at risk. They are being beaten by snakes, their children, their wives, being endangered, coming across cattle wrestlers and all manner, all right. So being having a ranch and being in a particular place, okay, due to global warming, even Lake Chad, we had sometime last year, so it's even drying up.
It's drying up. It's depleting.
So because of the global warming, and there are a lot of changes. Yeah. The world has changed drastically, and everything, including this business, because it is a business. It has to change. But the aspect of it that I really don't like much is a lot of people are tribalizing and ethnicizing it, which is it's not so. It ought not to be.
Okay.
It ought not to be so, because when you see a cow that was reared in a ranch, you see the difference.
You see the
how
difference.
Big, how fat. It looks much more than the one that you've been using to travel long miles, long distance,
in the bush,
and all that. And for the fact that, again, most importantly, that the clashes between them and farmers. Farmers have complained over the years of them eating up their crops, and this has caused a lot of
it has contributed to food insecurity. That
exactly.
The herders are also farmers. I hope you know.
Yeah, of course, definitely. So definitely. So it's now, and I think one aspect I read about, all right, where instantly they objected, like we saw that these northern senators and the Yeti Allah members have objected.
The three senators that were vehement about it.
Exactly. There's a clause that said that. These branches, these ranches should be open in their states,
in their states of origin.
In their states of origin. They frown at that. I say, why? Why would they frown at that? Then they also went ahead to say that, okay, if you are in a particular state, if you are outside your state of origin, and you intend to do a ranch in the state where you reside, you take permission from the people within the community where you are, and if they allow you, go ahead. Then somebody now said a lasting solution should be that every state should own a ranch, which I agree.
You agree with
that? At least when there are ranches, or rather there's a ranch in every state. So wherever they find themselves, whether they are in their state of origin or they reside in any other state, you understand. Then it's fine. The ranches can be used. I think we have a call.
We have a call.
Yes.
Hello. What's your name and where are you calling from? Can you make it brief? It's 30 seconds.
This is Samuel calling from Benin.
You're welcome, Samuel.
Welcome.
Please make your contribution in 30 minutes because
30 seconds.
This is my contribution. Okay. Yesterday, as I was watching the television, when I saw a sitting senator
saying that a Fulani man does not need school from the government. He don't need the road from the government. He don't need anything from the government. And this is somebody that is representing people, which means they are intentionally put these people in abject ignorance for them to write them. And none of them can able to come out and say, yes, my children will be among those people.
Okay.
So the best alternative that every Nigerian that mean well, any human being that mean well for Nigeria, one is for us to create this
ranches
to ban open grazing. Every part of the world, that's how it works.
Okay, yes.
Now, and one thing that most of people like us are saying that if these senators that have thousands of animals and losing children of other families as a slave, because somebody, I can't imagine me leaving my comfortable home now, irrespective of how small it is, to live inside bush with animals.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Samuel.
Very bad idea.
Thank you so much.
You have made a very, very valid point.
Very bad idea. We should call these senators to order because Alero, former governor of Nassau State, come out openly. Somebody that everybody in Nassau knows very well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's how far we can take.
Thank you. Thank you. This is how far we wrap up the size of matters arising, hoping that you have enjoyed the conviviality the program had created. On behalf of the producer, Ruben Okala, let me thank you so very much for being a part of it. Thank you for all our callers. See you next time on Matters Arising. I remain Maucauley Hunohashi.
And I am Elizabeth Sam-Sebi. Thanks for watching. Good night.
I am John Okoro. Have a pleasant night rest.
Thanks for watching. And as we say on KAFTAN TV,
imagine a beautiful world.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
When we say on KAFTAN